professional aquascaping fertilizers to entry-level products, these are the best aquarium plant fertilizers you can buy today. Let's dive in. For those in a rush, here are my top picks. Number 1, the Florin Multi. This product is widely available at most specialty shops. Number 2, APT Complete. The formula mixture in this brand is very concentrated. This is the all-in-one fertilizer your plants need. And number 3, NilocGs. This is specifically made for planted shrimp tanks. Now that you know my top 3, let's go take a look at the top 8 aquarium plant fertilizers and see why they made the list. The APT Complete is specifically made for serious plant enthusiasts and for demanding setups. This is made by experts with thorough research. And since this is a concentrated formula, your plant can be supported with these nutrients. Just use 1 milliliter per 20 liters in your tank. Since you need less due to the formula's high concentration, this is going to help make your plants thrive while helping you save money in the long run. Another good thing about this is its low copper levels, which make this fertilizer good for shrimp tanks too. The high-quality all-in-one fertilizer is not widely known, but if you ever decide on purchasing this product, use the code ASDComplete for a 10% discount. Don't wait, or you could miss out. Brightwell Aquatics is reputable for their saltwater products, but don't sleep on their freshwater products too. The Florin Multi Aquarium Plant Fertilizer has all the macro and micronutrients that help plants thrive. Brightwell got its reputation due to their thorough due diligence on their products, and it's pretty straightforward in terms of usage. This liquid fertilizer stands out for omitting phosphate and nitrogen compounds, allowing separate and controlled supplementation. This choice is commendable, considering the dependency on bioload. While premium priced like other Brightwell products, it's a much more practical choice if you want to be more meticulous on how you dose. For shrimp tank owners, the NilocG Aquatics Shrimp-Specific Fertilizer is your best bet. Cherry or Amano shrimp species have more specific needs and conditions as they're sensitive to copper, and this is the fertilizer made with that in mind, which makes this fertilizer a low-level copper fertilizer. Despite the expensive price, this is the way to go if you want your plants and shrimp to thrive. The Seachem Flourish is a staple item in retail stores, but don't be fooled. This product is beginner-friendly due to the light amount of nutrients it contains. This is perfect for novice plant tank owners or for low-light or low-tech planted tanks. This is a great choice as Seachem is a pretty reliable brand in the industry. The Seachem Flourish Trace is another readily available fertilizer, and it contains trace elements like boron, manganese, and copper. This product only supplements trace elements, so you're going to need to supplement nitrate, phosphate, and iron supplements separately. This allows you to be more controlled in how you dose. One thing to keep in mind is this product contains higher levels of copper. You might want to avoid this product if you have a shrimp tank. Alright, Seachem's on a roll in our list, as this is their third product on the mention. The Seachem Flourish is a great choice for planted tanks with inert substrates. These tabs are pretty easy to use. Just place them down in your substrate around the roots of your aquarium plants. It's an all-in-one fertilizer and is designed for beginner planted tanks. For those with demanding planted setups, you might want to shop with a different brand such as Tropica, as their root capsules are more suited for demanding plants. This will work with most easier to care for plants. The API Leaf Zone is a pet store staple, and it's readily available in most stores. It's pretty affordable, and it contains iron and potassium, which are nutrients that are hard to come by from a water source. Since this product does not have any other nutrients, you might need to purchase other supplements to complete your plant fertilization. This is best for low-tech planted tanks, or what's also known as tanks that contain low-light plants. For more demanding plants, use a product like APT Complete, as it's designed for aquascapers. We've got another product from API. This is the most accessible option in stores, and it's user-friendly. This is a pretty affordable option for new users, and it's rich in iron, but it's not suitable for plants reliant of water column feeding. Although this product is cheap and readily available, some serious users might encounter some problems with dosing because of the lack of product analysis. Like with the Seachem product, if you have more difficult to care for plants, consider using Tropica's root capsules instead. We could not leave Corey's product off our list. Aquarium Co-op developed its very own fertilizer that is beginner-friendly and has been thoroughly researched by Corey and his team. They've got detailed instructions on how to dose depending on the light intensity and desired nutrient levels you want to maintain. It's also invert safe. Plus, it's one of the best out there, and you can support a fellow YouTuber by purchasing this product. Definitely give them a try. I don't have any cons to report here other than it may be expensive for some, and it's not a tab product that would work better with rooted plants. Alright, we jumped straight into products, so you might be wondering, who the heck is doing these reviews? Let's take a step back so you can learn more about me. I've got a ton of experience, more than 2 decades of experience with helping aquarists, both novices and experienced hobbyists alike, in resolving their plant growth issues. And since there are a ton of products out there, I've personally tested them in a real-world scenario so I'd be able to trim them down to the few best ones on the market. I've worked in local fish stores, installed custom aquariums, and I even go to trade shows like Aquashella to scoop out the latest and greatest. Heck, I was even the technician editor for 2 Dummies books sold on Amazon for freshwater and saltwater aquariums. We talked fertilizer products, now let's talk about the differences between macro and micronutrients and the know-how behind both, which are keys to success when it comes to planted tanks. Like land plants, certain nutrients are needed to grow and thrive. There are 2 types of nutrients, macro and micro. First, let's talk about macronutrients. This is going to make up the majority of your plant's mass, and they come from either the water column or your substrate. These nutrients are carbon, nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. Carbon is a common nutrient that plants need, and it makes up about 40% of your plant's dry mass. I've got a blog post about this that explains the role of carbon nourishing your aquarium plants. CO2 is a major factor that affects your plant's growth. The higher the CO2 levels, the faster your plant's going to grow. But the ideal amount is going to be about 30 ppm of CO2. Nitrogen also impacts the plant's growth, and the lack of this may lead to plants becoming brittle, and in green plants, the yellowing of leaves. It enhances the colors of your plants, and nitrogen can be readily available from livestock if the bioload is significant. Phosphorus is often an underdosed nutrient. PO4 plays a major role in the energy systems of plants. The more you have this, the more vibrant your plants are going to be. Phosphorus can be available from livestock if the bioload is significant. Too much phosphate can cause nuisance algae growth. Potassium aids in plant metabolism, but the lack thereof is going to result in brittle leaves and pinholes. This is not readily available, and you might need to dose this regularly to maintain ideal levels. Next, let's talk micronutrients. These nutrients help in the plant's biological function, so they're just as significant, although they're dosed in lesser amounts. These nutrients are iron, manganese, and trace elements. Iron is super important for chlorophyll production, and without it, the plants might experience chlorosis or yellowing of the leaves. This requires dosing to maintain proper levels. Manganese aids in photosynthesis function of the plant, and the lack of it can affect the plant's ability to absorb macronutrients. This nutrient also needs to be dosed to maintain levels. Trace elements like magnesium, boron, zinc, copper, cobalt, etc. can all be found in the water source, but sometimes these nutrients too need to be dosed. Now let's talk about the 3 types of aquarium fertilizers. There are substrates, liquid fertilizers, and root tabs. Let's talk about substrates first. ADA aqua soil is an active substrate and serves as a nutrient source for aquatic plants, and this is ideal for initiating planted tanks. It degrades gradually, and it needs to be replaced periodically and be given an increased dose each time. Plants that feed in the water column don't benefit directly from active substrates as they can't access nutrients from within. We've got a whole video about substrates that you can check out in the card above. Next, let's talk liquid fertilizers. This type is a standard and readily available fertilizer product. These are easy to use and distribute. They can either be fed into the water column or be injected into the substrate. There are also more specialized products for more demanding aquascapes and plants. And lastly, root tabs. These are specifically for rooted plants as they're absorbed through the root system. These are perfect for plants that feed off the substrate and have roots. Here's the next question. Should you dose products in your tank? Dosing is important for optimal growth and coloration of most plant species. While plants can grow without fertilization, they won't be able to thrive as well, so fertilizers exist to help bridge that gap. Fertilization maximizes aquarium potential, promoting dense, colorful, and healthy plant growth. So, this video covers one of our 4 important elements of aquatic plant growth. We'll cover the rest of these in current and upcoming videos. First is proper planted tank lighting. Second is a good planted aquarium substrate. Third is aquarium fertilizers. And fourth is CO2 injection. Since we're talking about fertilizers, these are often overlooked, and it's quite difficult to understand sometimes. I get it. Use this picture from Aquatic Plant Central's forum as a reference for any potential aquatic plant nutrient deficiencies. Knowing what's wrong with your plants can give you an advantage in finding a remedy using these visual cues. And so, there we have it. Fertilizers all covered. If you enjoyed the content, give us a like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. You can also visit our website for more product recommendations, or better yet, click on the next video on your right for more aquascaping goodness. Take care.